The strengths of the new Liverpool owner are appealing. Liverpool fans still remain hopeful that Mukesh Ambani will take over the reins at Anfield if FSG is open to the possibility of selling the club entirely. While fans have long expected management to spend more, FSG has generally adopted a strategy path that seeks to achieve success with lower budgets. We can say that they were partially successful. But that definitely happened after Klopp took over the team. Having not spent as much money on the transfer as their rivals in recent years, the Reds transferred Darwin Nunez for a record £85 million in the transfer window this summer, making it the club's highest paid transfer fee in history. However, despite the lack of much more in the team, no new transfer move took place, except for Carvalho and Ramsey, and the criticism of the fans increased. The candidates that emerged after FSG management announced that they wanted to hand over the club are quite exciting. Most exciting is the Indian businessman Mukesh Ambani. The Indian's financial strength combined with the access it will provide to markets in the Far East means that Reds cannot rule him out as a potentially ideal option in this regard. Ambani's financial clout means that his power is almost unmatched. A government official recently described Reliance as one that operates as an independent state within a state. Ministers are very wary of Mukesh Ambani because he is very strong and there is a feeling that he should be handled with care. This shows that he is a difficult man to say no to. This may be one of some features that FSG has needed in the recent past. Their wealth gives them a great deal of power in India. Mukesh Ambani usually gets what he wants. It's the kind of negotiation approach most Liverpool fans would approve of. But first he has to convince FSG that they are their ideal buyer. Of course, it's worth noting that the chances of taking control of the Merseysiders are still high. Given Liverpool Football Club's global status, Ambani being a known and powerful figure could add a lot to the club. In addition to the financial power to be provided to the club, sponsorships, increase in brand value and strong figure advantage in international tournaments will be enough to push the club up. However, the most important development and the development that the fans are eagerly waiting for is the transfer budget. As it is known, Liverpool are interested in Jude Bellingham, but it is still a question of whether the budget will be enough for this transfer. Also, Liverpool were interested in Mbappe and even Klopp confirmed it. However, it became very clear that there was no financial strength to add him to the team. But with the transfer budget that Ambani will provide to the club, these players are not dreams. If things move fast and management changes hands, it wouldn't be surprising to expect Liverpool to hit the market in January and the summer. The team Liverpool fans have dreamed of may soon be here. Liverpool are now in the race to sign the amazing striker that Lampard wanted to Chelsea 3 years ago. Liverpool join Arsenal in the race to sign Villarreal winger Samuel Chukwueze. The Nigerian is allegedly on the list of Premier League clubs, including Liverpool. An auction for Chukwueze is said to start at around £35 million. But if Liverpool or Arsenal want to get ahead of the queue, they better do it quickly. This is reportedly due to the increasing number of 23-year-old suitors. Given the news that Chukwueze is allegedly on the move from Spain, it's great that it's still there. Still only 23 years old, the Nigerian national team player seems to be on the verge of leaving at every transfer window. Maybe that's not a surprise if players like Samuel Eto'o call you incredible. Despite this, it is now entering its 7th season on Villarreal in a remarkable way. During this time, Chukwueze was apparently linked to every Premier League team. One of the most notable of these events was in December 2019, when Frank Lampard wanted him at Chelsea. News at the time claimed that Chukwueze may have been part of the Chelsea boss' £150 million spending spree. Liverpool themselves were also said to be doing their best to lure the fast winger from Estadio de la Ceramica. In February 2020, France Football claimed that the Reds had made a £29 million bid for Chukwueze in the January transfer window of that year. However, this was said to be somewhat below Villarreal's £54 million valuation. Fast forward about 3 years, and Chukwueze's name is mentioned again. Although it seems that the price could be a little more reasonable this time, the price is likely to increase in a transfer race. Whether Liverpool needs a winger is debatable. However, it should be noted that after Sadio Mane's departure, no one in the same profile was bought in his place. Although Chukwueze plays mostly on the right wing, he can play anywhere on the offensive line. It is very clear that Klopp has drawn attention especially in this aspect. Considering Takumi Minamino and Origi, who left the team as well as Mane, there may be a profile that can be an alternative to the players who left. Also, considering the age of Mohamed Salah, he has the features to be his successor in the coming years. So in many ways, it seems like a very logical transfer move. Chukwueze is only 23 years old and currently has a market cap of €20 million. While making 1 assist in 12 matches in La Liga this season, the young star managed to attract attention by scoring 2 goals and 2 assists in 1 match in the King's Cup. He also scored 2 goals and 2 assists in 5 games in the Conference League, and played 1 goal and 1 assist in 2 games in the Conference League qualifiers. Do you think Chukwueze is the right transfer move for Liverpool? Liverpool are shipping Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in January. It's safe to say that Jürgen Klopp hasn't lost money at Liverpool often, especially with his transfer record in the previous few years. Attracting the likes of Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane and Alisson to the Anfield side has largely paid off, ensuring the club has won every match it has entered at least once since 2016. However, there have been a few transfer mishaps where Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is arguably one of the worst signings in charge of the Reds, especially given the size of his transfer fee and input on the field. The Merseyside team signed Oxlade-Chamberlain from Arsenal for £35 million in 2017 and, considering he was only 24 years old when he joined, was expected to form an integral part of Liverpool's midfield for years to come. But the midfielder hasn't exactly had the best times lately. He has only appeared in the Premier League 3 times this season and could be his last game at the club as his contract expires at the end of the season. As the winter break continues, Klopp can ensure the 29-year-old will not play for the club again by vacating him in January. During his 5-year spell at the club, he missed 90 games. The club will also continue to suffer a huge loss, with the CIES Football Observatory valuing it at just €6 million to £5 million. Producer Atul Kasparkar described Oxlade-Chamberlain as wounded or dejected in January, and it's hard to disagree. While Klopp has struggled to achieve any consistency in his midfield this season, it was an ideal opportunity for the former England national team to make a claim and contribute. Once again, injury issues have ruined his chances, and with just 6 weeks into the January window, his 15-minute cameo against Southampton could be his last appearance for Liverpool.